Should let the neighbours leave first. That's the nice thing to do. Gotta be nice! Alright, what's going on, guys? Ciao ragazzi, Anthony back for Inter Worldwide. Mighty Mo finally joining alive on time. We love to see that. Love to see that, brother. Nice little road trip for me out west just before I go back to school, just before I go back to work in a few days' time. Got some loose ends to tie up. Figured a live drive was the best place to vent those thoughts. So big up Mighty Mo for coming in, and anybody else who does soon. We've got 4 people already. We'll end up with a few more, I'm sure. The Monaco game will be very tough. It'll be one of our toughest fixtures of the season. And yeah, they're going to go all out to win that game. 3 points for Monaco still gives them a huge chance at qualifying into that top 8 zone. It's going to be a very, very difficult game for Inter. We need to be very well prepared, very well, adhered to what lies ahead of us. And yes, it's going to be very tough. Very tough. I see a big back and forth match here. I see a match where both teams at some point have opportunities to win the match, but Monaco might have that little bit of extra a bit of extra grit, just because they actually genuinely need the 3 points, whereas that final whistle can go, it can blow 3 times, and if we're sitting there with 1 point, we will qualify. I have read that the ranking in terms of where you finish in the top 8 does still count for a financial point of view. The higher up you finish in that table, the more money you actually get. So I read a post the other day, I think it was yesterday, that said if Inter actually win this match, it's worth almost 24 million euros on its own. Now, I don't think it's that much on its own, because that's how much the maximum would reach. The absolute maximum would reach if you gather everything that you've gotten together. The qualification, the top 8 finish, the amount of wins that were collected over the actual campaign. We've got 20 people here on a live drive. That's awesome. Make sure you comment if you are here. Like the video. It's very important. Up to 22 people now. And subscribe if you are new. Thank you. I see a lot of love coming through. Make sure you actually like the video and leave a comment as well, whether it's on the live chat here or after the video finishes, because it helps the channel a lot, and we are growing very well at the moment. Inter still growing very, very well into their season. I know for a lot of the time I'm one of the more negative people around here, but that's okay. That's okay. I don't mind that. I don't mind that, because we just need to keep setting those high standards. Like I said yesterday, I've never once said that this Inter's a bad team. Far from it. We're one of the best teams in Europe. But it just so happens that our situation this season has changed a little bit with the context, if you know what I mean. All right, so let's just keep in mind that it's not always going to be doom and gloom, because this team is actually very good. Very good. We can't win every game, but from now until the end of the season, we almost do need to win every game if you want to achieve your season's goals and if you want to achieve your objectives. And if our objectives are to win that Scudetto, if our objectives are to be champions of Italy, then we're going to have to be on task here. We're going to have to be on task here, gang. What's our lineup and what do I think Inzaghi is playing? Not even too sure what Inzaghi is completely playing at, to be honest. I think personally that he starts his strongest side. I don't think he's going to bench any of the attackers, because you can't bench Lautaro and Thuram at the moment. That would be a suicide mission, an absolute suicide mission. Who are you going to put in? Taremi? Yeah, we know he scored a penalty, but it's just not going to be good enough at all. And we know this. We know that that's not going to suffice. Not anymore. Nuh-uh. We will start whoever is fittest, to be honest. And I believe that that's why we rotated a bit more for the Lecce game. You know, Darmian started that game over Pavard so that Pavard would be completely fit enough for Monaco. That has to be the case. Has to be the case. Has to be the case. Oh, actually, I think I might choose to go another way today. Give me a moment. Yes, I might choose to go another way today. All right, beautiful. Should be back. Just decided to change up my commute a little bit there. Make it a much cruisier drive. I'm glad you could pop in too and say hi, Harry. I believe that Monaco, it's going to be a tough one, man. 3:30 in the morning start at the bakery, bro. Big hustle. Big up to you, man. Coming from someone whose dad was a baker. My dad used to wake up at 3:30 to go to work all the time, and he complained to absolutely no one. Absolutely no one, bro. He took it in his stride. Whatever work ethic I do have in the world, I got it from my father. That's for damn sure. So big up yourself. Thanks for coming. I think Monaco, Balogun, and that ex-Liverpool player, Minimaro. I didn't even know he was there, actually. I didn't even know he was there. Yeah, they're going to be dangerous. They're going to be very dangerous. But at the same time, we are dangerous. We are a dangerous side. So my lineup for Monaco will look a little bit like this. Zoma, Pavard, De Vrij, Bastoni, Di Marco. Big up Carlos Augusto for the awesome performance he had against Lecce. I got to say, man, have we ever had a reserve fullback the last 10 years quite like Augusto? The last 15 years quite like Augusto? Who was even coming off the bench to subsidize, you know, Kivu, Zanetti, Maicon? Augusto, mad respect. Mad respect. So Di Marco will definitely get the nod ahead of him, though. And then you have Barella, Mkhitaryan, and this is why Hakan is on the thumbnail again. I went to see the last thumbnail for Live Drive, and I'm like, you know what? I am feeling a little lazy this morning. And I was going to talk about Hakan potentially being a surprise inclusion to this starting lineup. And I think that you might see it. I think you might see Hakan in that role. Is anybody prepared to take a gamble on Zielinski in that role? Is it much of a gamble anymore after Lecce? Probably not, but Monaco is going to be tougher than Lecce. The situation and the context of the game are going to be tougher than the Serie A match against Lecce. We will not have the ball as much as we did against Lecce, and I don't think Zielinski is going to have that time on the ball to just drift it back the way that he was against Lecce. So if Hakan is 80% fit to start this game, you might have to start this game. You might have to start this game. But nothing makes me more scared in the world than starting Hakan and him being re-injured after that and having to miss Serie A matches against the likes of Milan, Fiorentina, Juve, Napoli. Our Serie A fixtures after this Monaco game are the most important block of fixtures of the season. It's make or break time, like Simone is saying. There's a reason why I'm not as panicky over them, is because we've got 7 days between most of these games. Yeah, the backup between this game and the derby is going to be short, but then it's about a 7-day gap between this and Fiorentina, I think. And then I think we get another 7-day gap in between the next Serie A game. So there's no way he's resting Mkhitaryan for this game. I know that. That's for fact. But we're just going to have to see what happens in terms of who else is starting, man. So, yeah, big games definitely coming up, Gab. Thanks for coming through. I don't know. See, that's the thing. I don't think we're going to rest anybody against against Monaco, man. I really don't think. What's up, Mattia, our resident moderator, reminding everyone to hit that like button. Make sure you hit it now if you haven't. We've got about 18 people here and we've only got 7 likes. We need more than that, please. More than that, please. I don't think he actually rests anybody from Monaco, man. I think that we almost put our full foot forward. If we're leading the match, he'll probably choose to protect the lead by subbing out some players early. But I just think he's going to really go for this match. I think he will. Whether or not I fully agree with it, different story. And once again, this is why I know there's no real point sooking about it now, but you get that point against Bayern Leverkusen, you probably don't even need a point in this game. You could probably lose by 3 or 4 goals. And that's where you can rest everybody. That's where you can rest everybody. We don't have that luxury because we're still not guaranteed that top 8 spot. We all but guaranteed it in the last game because no one should expect this Inter side to lose at home ever. And we're not going to lose at home to Monaco. I know it. I know we're not going to lose in the Champions League in front of our home fans. I refuse to believe that. I can't sit here and think that that's going to be a factor. So yeah, we need the money for Nico Paz. We need the money in general. So if what I read the other day is true, and this game really does count for an extra, borderline 10 million euros on its own just for a victory, the club's going to be telling Inzaghi, telling Marotta, this game is the most important one of the season so far. It definitely is to us. As Oak Tree, we see dollar signs. Now starts the most important part of the season, and it will determine how it ends. Absolutely, we've got a chance here to ignore a couple of the previous failures of the season. You beat Monaco, qualify strong. You beat Milan, and you go on and you get positive results in the league in February, and you finish February at least even on top. Well, no one's going to really sit here and argue. No one's going to sit here and argue because it's still a mission. It's still a hard job. These players are still doing a hard job at the end of the day. To be able to qualify very quickly through that final 8 and to continue doing well in the league would be incredible. The fact we are playing at home is what makes me slightly confident we can get that dub. Absolutely. We'll be counting on the home fans to be our extra man. It's green, boys. Big up everyone that's here. Thank you very much. Still got 16 people here. Ciao, Sergio. Good to see you. Good to see you. My score prediction, Mighty Mo. You want my real prediction or you want my anti-jigs prediction? Which one do you want? Hello? People waving and shit in the morning. Acting all respectful. My score prediction's going to have to be... I'll say 2-1. I'll say 2-1 for Inter. 2-1 for Inter. I'll do the anti-jigs prediction the day before the game, but I'll go with 2-1. 2-1 to us. Goals for Lautaro and a midfielder. Maybe Barella, maybe Mkhitaryan, maybe Hakan if he starts. But goals for midfielder. Maybe even Fratesi if he comes off the bench. And I was very happy with Fratesi's against Lecce. It's those sort of performances that let you know, like, all right, you've got a spot here. You've got a spot here. Make it work. Make it work, man, because even our best players aren't starting every game. So let's not buy into the narrative you hear that just because a player that was playing at Sassuolo a year and a half ago isn't happy being a champion of Italy, playing a makeshift role where he's scoring goals and getting minutes. Bullshit. The media suck a fat one, man. The media in Italy is disgustingly biased and disgustingly hypercritical of Inter every single time. The fact of the matter is this: Inter has a chance where all they need to do is draw. All they need to do is draw, and they will qualify for the next round of the Champions League. You'd think it'd be... I've still talking about how Juve has a chance if they get 3 points. Go figure. The narrative will always choose to favour who they want to favour. Inter has a chance to shut everybody up again. And that's all that I'm interested in at the moment. Have a good game at San Siro. Have a good game in this Champions League. And above everything else, back it up with a win against Milan. I am a lot more confident that we are going to beat Milan in this next derby than I am in the first two. These first two derbys against Milan, I don't know what was giving us that feeling, especially like people like Mattia and I, that we can't win this. We can't win this. For some reason, we got a bad omen inside of us, a bad feeling inside of us. The fact of the matter is that we can't drop we can't drop any more points in the league at all. We can't drop any more points in the league at all because Conte and Napoli are not going to drop any more points. I know that people are saying, oh, they can't win 17 out of 17. Can't they? Can't they? Didn't they just beat Atalanta and Napoli back to back? I reckon this Conte side can win 14 out of their last 17 games. 14 out of 17. 14 out of 17 minimum. Absolute minimum. But we will see. We will see how it goes. So yeah, and then the forwards has to be Thuram, has to be Lautaro. If both of them are fit, both of them they don't need a rest. They don't need a rest, these guys. There's no way they're your best players. Your best players are supposed to play in the Champions League and then play a big game on the weekend. Players never used to rest when I was growing up for these games unless they were injured. There's no need to rest them. Yes, 1 day a week is the Conte special. Fuck, I have not turned right on this road in ages. Look at all the greenhouses still here. Pretending that it's just agriculture. Cannabis farms for days. This is where a lot of our cannabis crops from the southwest suburbs and the western suburbs are coming from. Looks good. Looks highly illegal. Into supporter in the USA. In southwest Sydney, Australia, brother. Sydney, Australia, right here. But thanks for coming through. If this is your first time on the channel, make sure you like the channel. And subscribe if you are new, bro. Subscribe if you are new. What else can we discuss on this fine Tuesday morning? Happy Australia Day for yesterday to any Aussies that are watching as we celebrate our National Day yesterday. The game against Lecce was a good one. I did a short match reaction. I did end up watching about 71 odd minutes of the game, going back, and thought it was, a textbook performance. Textbook performance is a side that needs to dominate a poorer side. Saw what happened in the Coppa Italia where they had no rotation in between Atalanta and Milan. Yep, I feel you, bro. I feel you. What's up, Z? It's good to see you, bro. Everyone check out Z Talks and his channel. Lovely to see him here being able to tune in for a live drive. You know what another important thing is, guys, is I'm going to bank on the fact that a couple of the sides sitting deeper in that Champions League ladder are going to get 3 points because it's their last game and they need to get them. Teams like Bayern, teams like Real Madrid. And if they do get wins, then they'll be able to jump up to more of like a midway point to the table. The last thing you want is to get this win in this game and then end up being paired against Real Madrid. I don't know if that can happen at this point. I don't want that to happen. I mean, that would be right. We end up having a Champions League campaign where you finish in the top 4 or 5 teams and then you get drawn to play a Bayern Munich or a Real Madrid in the next round. That's not what we want. You're Italian and support AC. That's all right, bro. Bro, the fact that you've come in here with that much respect today means a lot to me. I don't 100% agree with the whole cousin thing, but if you're from Italy, then you have a right to support in whatever way you want. I've been to Italy before. I've seen some of the fans that do treat the rivalry in the city more like a playful, annoying cousin. I've seen fans in Italy that treat the rivalry in the city worse than they treat the one with those guys in Turin. So you support in any way, shape or form. The fact that you're here respectfully is all that counts at the end of the day. So thank you for that, and we will see you in a week and a half's time for our next big clash. I have a feeling, I'm not even going to talk about that right now. If we draw Monaco, we will play Real Madrid or Man City. I don't even think Man City is going through to the next round. I don't think that they're even going to win their next game. They'll probably flop it. But anyway, we can just ignore being completely pessimistic for just 2 minutes. I was very happy with the fact that nobody from the Lecce game walked off injured. We had our brief moment with Barella, and it was... I'm glad I wasn't watching it live because I probably would have been the worst out of any fan watching that. But to see him walking at the end of the game and smile, I thought to myself, geez, how hyper dramatic, Nico, did you want to be when you went down into that game? Yeah, because honestly, the way he went down, it was like he absolutely clattered a major muscle or was hurting a part of his bone or something like that. But no harm done. Nico is 100% fit and he'll definitely start the game. That's for sure. So nervous-wise, I'll probably be way I'll be way more nervous before the game actually starts, especially the day before. But as of right now, this Inter side can't go into it with fear. This Inter side can't go into this game against Monaco going, oh, it's a really good Monaco side. So the fuck what if it's a good Monaco side? So the fuck what? We drew with City, we beat Arsenal. I don't care what anybody says. You go into this match wanting to get 3 points for your home fans. If you come out with just a point, doesn't matter. You'll be there. You will be there in the top 8 where it matters the most with the prize money and with a favourable draw. You just need to make sure you don't lose this match, because if you were to lose this match and drop out of the top 8, you would basically not only be playing an extra 2 fixtures in a disgusting period of time, you would almost be, put it this way, not qualifying for the top 8 would be like giving Antonio Conte 6 competition points. 6 extra competition points at this point. And if that's the case, then you can say that the title race is over. You can definitely say that if you lost this match and slipped out of the top 8, I'd be ready to say that the title race is over. So yeah, this match is bigger. It's way bigger than the Champions League. The same way every Champions game has just been bigger than the Champions League. And we've been saying this from match day 3. We've been saying this from the time we're getting enough points to avoid congestion in February, to avoid knockout fixtures in February, was imperative to us carrying on in the league. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You need to get these points. You need to qualify for the top 8 so that your domestic run is better. Forza Michele. Thanks for coming through. I really appreciate it. We had a nice little live drive crowd here today that kept me company for the 25 odd minutes in my commute out west. I do need to pack it up and pack it in very, very shortly. Very, very shortly. So thank you to anybody that did come through. I'll be back very soon with some more content. I'll be back very soon because there's a lot to do, guys. There's a lot to do. There's a lot to talk about. There's a lot of games that are going to keep coming very, very quickly. So thank you once again. If you did come through, leave a comment, like the video, especially leave a comment if you're still here now when the video ends. And yeah, we'll see what happens, guys. Forza Inter worldwide. Ciao.